Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji and Padma Bhushan Shri A.M. Nayak, I confer honorary doctorate upon you. I charge you that ever in your life, by word and by deed, you will prove yourself worthy of it. I admit the other candidates also for the said degrees in absentia.
Thank you. I shall read the citation for Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji. Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji is a universally revered spiritual and humanitarian leader. His vision of a violence-free, stress-free society through the reawakening of human values has inspired millions to broaden their sphere of responsibility and work towards the betterment of the world. Today, the Art of Living and the International Association for Human Values, founded by Gurudev, have taken the message of spirituality and service to 152 countries across the world. Gurudev has received numerous awards across the world. The highest civilian award from the government of Paraguay. He is only the third person in history to be given this honor. He has also received the highest civilian honor from the government of Mongolia. I am told that this is the 13th doctorate being conferred upon him. Conflict resolution, disaster and trauma relief, poverty alleviation and empowerment of women, prisoner rehabilitation, education for all, and campaigns against female ferticide and child labor are the areas that Gurudev's organization works on. The social initiatives have reached over 42,000 villages in India. Over 150,000 prisoners have undergone the Art of Living courses. We also have, Guruji, started a pilot project of the state government, Vishwakarma Yojana. I didn't mention it in my report because, it is still incomplete. So it will find a place in the next year's report. Now I request Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji to please accept the honorary doctorate from our Chancellor. I request Guruji to say a few words.
Her Excellency, the Governor and Vice Chancellor of this university, Chancellor of the University, the Vice Chancellor of the University, and Dean and other faculties, and dear young graduates or those who are becoming graduates today. I have become an alumni of this university in just one day. Earlier this morning, I was in a school, in a primary school, and I was so touched by the technological advancement. When we were studying in school, the only technology we had was a fan and a projector, which would sometime work or sometime would not work. And today, the kids are having computer and they're learning computer from a very young age, from 3rd standard, 4th standard. Children are computer savvy. The gap between pure science and technology has narrowed down today, and this is what is essential. I'm so happy that a university of GTU standard exists in this country. I'm sure this will take our country forward with training these so many young, brilliant minds in technology. I wondered how I am qualified to receive a degree in a technological university. Then I thought that the purpose of technology is to give comfort, absolute comfort. AC, put an AC, AC means absolute comfort. And absolute comfort cannot come unless we train our mind. It's not just outer air conditioning, we have to condition the air that goes in and out of our own system. So even this is a technology to condition our air, condition our body, condition our mind, because our body itself is like a machine. So in this sense, perhaps, Honorable Vice Chancellor thought this is not outside the purview of technology. Man without education and education without skills, skills without character and character without action and action without direction all lead to disaster. And today in our nation, we need youngsters with passion, with the gift of intuition. Passion and intuition is essential for our youths today. And it is the philosophy. Philosophy could be equal to pure science, and spiritual techniques to its applied science, the technology of it. It's not enough to just talk philosophy, but you need to see how this can apply in our day-to-day life, in our daily life. In this sense, I'm sure I'm also a technology. I'm a part of the technology. So I wish our young generation adopt this inner technology and excel in our outer technology. See, when you become graduates, BA, MA, MSc, MA, often we find they don't have any skills. We need to have another separate institute for skills training. Education is not bringing skills to our kids. It's very different in the technological university where you learn skills from the day one. And I once again congratulate all the youngsters here, and I wish you will take our country to another level of prosperity, peace, and progress. Thank you. Once again.
Thank you, Guruji. We believe that technological universities must teach technology and they must teach values. In fact, the very first conference of GTU in 2010 was not on technology, it was on ethics. So GTU has been making efforts to see that while we have 100 conferences on technology, we must have some on ethics and moral values. Now I will read the citation for another great Indian, Padma Bhushan Shri A.M. Nayak. Padma Bhushan Shri Anil Manibhai Nayak was born in a family of teachers on 3rd June 1942 in Andhai, South Gujarat. He is the executive chairman of the India's biggest engineering and construction conglomerate, Larsen & Toubro. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Birla Vishwakarma Mahavidyalaya Engineering College in Vallabh in Gujarat. He became the youngest manager in the history of L&T Limited. His broader perspective enabled the company to expand its horizons beyond domestic borders and become a global player. As the Chief Executive Officer of L&T, he has led L&T towards growth in indigenization of technology and a huge growth in its turnover. He is the chairman of IIM Ahmedabad, one of our premier institutes. He is also contributing to education through development of the educational institution set up by his father in a region called Kharel in Gujarat. Shri Nayak has been honored by various organizations. I shall list here a few: Gujarat Garima Award 2009, Asia Business Leader Award by CNBC Asia 2010. So in that sense, since you have graduated from BBM, you are already our alumni. But anyway, I now request the Chancellor to please give the parchment for the honorary doctorate to Shri A.M. Nayak. I now request Shri M. Nayak to say a few words.
Good afternoon. Her Excellency Honorable Governor of Gujarat and Chancellor of the University, Dr. Kamla Beniwalji, the Vice Chancellor of the University, Akshay Agarwalji, Chief Guest of the function, Honorable Minister Sri Bhupendra Singh Chudasmaji, Guest of Honor Sir Jai Narayan Vyasji, His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji, distinguished dignitaries and syndicates on and off the dais, ladies, gentlemen, and my dear graduating students. I feel honored to receive this doctorate from the GTU, especially because it is affiliated, now my alma mater, Anand, is also affiliated to GTU, and which has about 500 colleges and 400,000 students. I am thankful to GTU and particularly its convocation committee for this gesture. I am also glad that I have been conferred with this degree along with respected Sri Ravi Shankarji. It gives me an immense pleasure to be amongst this panel and to have an opportunity to speak to young graduating students. For me, it has been a long corporate journey in the world of industries. This is my 50th year in the corporate world after I graduated from Anand. And I always carry in my heart a deep sense of gratitude to my noble institution and to the illustrious faculty which in my formative years has shaped my thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. As the Vice Chancellor mentioned, I happen to come from the family of teachers. My grandfather was a gold medalist 130 years ago and was the principal of the then up to 7th standard school, which was about all that was there at that time. My father left Bombay under Gandhiji's Adesh that India lives in villages. I was one of the most premier school student in a beautiful environment, but he decided to serve the village on the footsteps of Gandhiji's thoughts. So in 1940,